is January 27th, 2025. The plan today is to go hunt the spring area where I missed that young buck the other day. That javelina was less than 10 yards. That was cool. I like close encounters. Those are the first mule deer I've seen out here, maybe ever. That's pretty cool though. No bucks. I jumped them out of this bottom. This hunt's weighing on my mind a little bit as we get down. Today is day number 4 from the end. So we have today and 3 more after this. So 4 days left. It's weighing on my mind, especially after not finding any bucks yesterday and thinking about where to go and not wanting to pack 4.5-5 miles in and all that, but wanting to be up there at the same time. The mental game is tough. I've just decided that whatever happens, I'm going to choose to just have fun in God's creation. I am in Coues country, and I used to say, and I still do, when God made elk, he was thinking about me. But I'm feeling the same way about Coues country. Coues country is so amazing. At the end of this, buck or no buck, I'm thankful to be out here having a good time in God's creation in Coues country. That big kitty was in here again on top of my tracks from last night. Pretty cool. We're hunting the same country. He's been in this canyon all month. I mean, unless it's a different cat. But this is obviously his regular path here. That's pretty cool. I wonder if he's gotten any deer in here this month. He doesn't have to follow the same rules that I do. That's not fair. He can hunt at night. He can kill a doe. It's not fair. Not fair at all. Of course, he has to live out here. He doesn't ball up in a warm truck at night either. A doe and a youngster. That was just 2 does again, so now I've seen 4 does. The other 2 are bedded up on the same hill where I last saw them there. across this big canyon. And at 974 yards, there are 2 deer bedded. One of them I'm confident is a doe. The other one's right next to her, but behind her from my view. And I think it's, either a doe or a yearling doe or whatever. They're bedded right out on that, right at the end of my finger. I picked up another bedded doe. No bucks yet, but I'm picking up bedded deer, so that's a good sign. I'm not usually real good at that unless, that's probably because I'm not patient enough, but unless I see them bed, I'm usually not very good at it, so. I'm kind of frustrated. I'm up here high with a big view. I'm seeing deer and only does. I think I've seen 9 or 10 deer today, all does. So far I haven't had any opportunities. I had some good opportunities early on in the hunt. Now not so much. So I have 3 more days left after today. I need some opportunity. But I'm having fun. Loving it. I'm following a smuggler's trail right now. It's about the best way to get around this country. Where I was coming off the mountain is somewhere I've never come off that mountain before. I've never gone that way. Didn't really know what to expect. I knew there was some real steep, rocky areas and stuff there. So I came down this ridge a little ways, and I looked at this bowl and I thought, that's a perfect place. Perfect bowl for a buck to be in right now, out of this wind. Picked my glass up, and sure enough, I saw a big, thick-necked Coues deer standing out there before I even saw his antlers. It's 5:15. I've got a really nice buck spotted. He's chasing a doe. He couldn't be more than a couple 100 yards or so from here. I gotta move into position. Those deer just disappeared. They're in kind of a bowl, and they skirted around toward me, I thought. But when I went and looked over in that bowl, they're nowhere to be found. So I'm not sure if they somehow managed to make it over toward water or down to the bottom. I'm gonna guess down to the bottom. That was a real nice buck. So I don't want to spook him. If I could see him, I'd like to go after him, but I don't want to spook him. So I gotta get, though. I can't just sit here. The sun's starting to go behind the mountain now. Not knowing where I was going to be able to get off that mountain, I felt really rushed. And looking back, I wish I would have just hunted that deer pretty hard, just slow played him. I'm disappointed. Not because I didn't get him, but because I blew him out of there. I was trying not to do that. That's the reason I went the rough way instead of going down where I would have liked to. Hindsight's 20/20. I should have just sat down when I couldn't see him. I thought they should be in that bowl and I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him all the way to the bottom. I should have just sat down and waited till I could see him. Move my bow case and pile up in the back seat of the truck again. Wake up with a sore hip. It's 6:40 in the morning on January 29th. I got 3 days, today and 2 more. get it done. Just gonna shed some gear and start climbing. Using the smuggler trail again. Different smuggler trail this time. I'm having fun in God's creation, but I sure like to see some deer. I finally spotted a deer. It's at 300 yards. I don't see a buck yet. So I'm gonna keep looking. My wind's kind of bad. If there is a buck, I don't have an approach yet, so I'm just gonna sit here and watch and see. There were two deer there, one doe and one pretty youngster. I'm shivering. I gotta put my coat on. I just couldn't move. It looks like they walked up over the ridge. I was just sitting here eating a snack, and I looked into the area where I've seen a lot of deer. I looked down that way toward a saddle where there's good deer activity, and saw a group of 10 people climbing up over that saddle. That's right below where I had been camped. The bowl they were headed over into is a really good place for the way the wind's blowing right now. I'd love to be over there, or would have loved to be over there before they walked through there, just to see if there were deer, and now that they walk through there, it's pointless. Never alone in border country. It's an interesting world out here. My inReach says it's 44 degrees. And man, I am cold. It feels worse than 44 degrees. There's snow flurries coming down every once in a while. Snowflakes? Snow flurries? Frozen precipitation? I don't know. I'm shaking. Definitely thinking about hiking out now. Well, here comes the snowstorm. Maybe I ought to get my rain jacket out.